So I'll just kick this off by sharing a little bit about me because some of you may not know who I am. It's probably very likely that you don't know who I am. So my name is Morgan, like it says on the screen, and I am living in Michigan right now. I've lived here for about 6 years now. I'm originally from Mississippi. So I saw Mississippi in the house a second ago. Where are you? Nikki. All right, cool. So I have been in Michigan for 6 years now, and that's about how long I've been in the business. So I joined this business 6 years ago. When I moved just from Mississippi up to Michigan, I didn't know anybody in the area. I was a broke college student. I was 20 years old at the time. Um, and I was working two jobs, 65 hours a week. I was struggling. Anybody else, put a one if you're like, bro, I need this to work for me, because that was me 110%. I was living less than paycheck to paycheck, y'all. I was putting gas and groceries on credit cards. The struggle was real, struggle bus, like all the way. And I found this business on Instagram, and I saw this girl posting about the wraps, and she was posting about before and after pictures. I was like, there's no way that those products actually work. And I, decided that I'd try them anyways, mostly to prove them wrong and prove that they didn't work, but they did. I was obsessed with my results. I was sharing them with everybody anyways. And so I saw that this girl was making as much money from her phone doing this business as I was working full time as a nanny, watching three kids 4 days a week. And I thought, if she can do that, then I could make $100 a month. Okay. I never joined this business to do what that girl did, because I didn't think that I could. I didn't think that was possible for me. So put the amount of money in the chat that you joined this business for. Whatever that is. I joined to make $100 a month. Maybe some of you joined to make $500 a month. But $100 a month honestly would have changed my life at that point, and it did. So like I said, I was living away from my family. Nobody lived up here with me. I was very much on my own and by myself. But because of this business, I was able to afford to buy a plane ticket to go see my family in Mississippi for Christmas. And that was one of those things that was kind of like an aha moment for me, right into this business as something that, like, you know what, this is bigger than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was just going to be gas money, but this is actually giving me time with my family. And you can always make more money, but you can never have more time. And that's something in this business that I've realized that has been so precious to me, is the time that I've been able to spend with people. And the friendships are incredible too. So a little bit about my story. So that was me before It Works. Now I joined, I put in the work. I've been in for 6 years, guys. I did not quit 6 weeks in because it wasn't working fast enough for me. I stuck with it. I said yes every single day to this business. I've been consistent. And because of this business, oh my gosh, our life is so different. I'm married now, and we got to pay cash for our wedding and our honeymoon because of this business. We were able to, back in 2016, I quit my jobs, and I haven't clocked into a job in over 4 years. I've worked this business full time ever since. I got to retire my then boyfriend, now husband, in 2017. So he hasn't had to work a job since then, but he chooses to work as a CrossFit, like he manages a CrossFit gym, because that's what he loves to do. And now I got to, bring him home from retail, and now I get to pursue a passion instead of chase a paycheck. So that's pretty cool. We've been able to pay off over $100,000 in debt. We have been able to buy a Tahoe in cash. We built our dream home. And we've met the most incredible people. I just got back from Mississippi for one of my best friend's weddings, and I met her through this business, and she was my maid of honor in my wedding, and we met because of It Works. And so the friendships are real, and the money is real. I can tell you that 110%. It's crazy, but it's real. And we are now the number 27 income earning team in the whole entire company, globally, in 30 different countries. So if there has ever been a time to join this business, it's now. There's ever been a time to join this team, or a time to join a team, it's this team. And I'm so excited that you're here. And I hope that y'all don't think I'm bragging about any of that stuff, because that's really not my heart at all. I just kind of want to show you, like, this is possible. Like, you can stink and do this. Like, if I can do this, so can you. You heard where I came from. Like, I didn't join this business and they were like, here you go, here's all this success. Like, I worked hard for where I am. But guys, if I can do this, so can you. There's nothing different about me. And you have everything that you need to be successful. So that's why we want you to be here tonight. We just want to share a little bit about our hearts with you and our story, and give you some tips, give you some encouragement, and let you know that it's okay. So I want to know, just, I mean, you don't have to put it in the chat, but just like, well, let's just call out the elephant in the room. If you feel a little overwhelmed, okay, first couple weeks in the business, if you feel a little overwhelmed, guess what? That is normal, okay? If you feel overwhelmed, that's actually a good sign because it means you're doing something. Guess who's not overwhelmed? The people who joined and didn't do anything with it, right? So if you're on this, that's telling me that you really want this, that you have some skin in the game, that you're ready to be successful and you want to be committed to this business. And so that makes me super excited, number one. And number two, this is the most confused you'll ever be. This is the most overwhelmed you'll ever be. This is the most time that this business will ever take up for you. Okay? Because think about it, the things that you're doing now that take you forever because you're learning how to do them, we can do in 2 seconds now because we've been doing it for a while. We're very versed in this. We're very used to what we're doing. So it's faster, okay? If you feel overwhelmed, it's only going to get better. But you just have to stay committed to get through the grunt of the work that you're putting in right now to get to the easier part, okay? And this business isn't easy. It's hard. It's hard work, but it's simple and it's fun work and we get to do it together. So it's super great like that too. So I'm going to jump right into just a couple of things with our eSuite, okay? Because that can be a little confusing. So just want to kind of show you what that is and how to log in if you haven't yet. If your account is on commissions hold, it means that you have not logged in yet. So I'm going to share my screen really quick and hopefully everyone can see. And I'll just take you through a couple of reports that you need to know when you're in this business, okay? So this is what your eSuite looks like right when you log in, okay? So I'll log out actually because I was just logged in. So this is what it looks like. You log in. And then a couple things I want to show you, okay? Number one, let's look at the auto ship section, okay? I want to go over this and explain what it is and explain how to edit it and all of that good stuff. So if you're a note taker or if you get overwhelmed easily, I would recommend maybe writing this down, just jotting down some bullet points so you can go back to this and refer back so you don't have to feel like you have to memorize everything, right? Because you can always go back to it and your enroller is here to help you. So blow their phone up. We want to help you. So if you get confused by any of this or you need to, repeat, that's fine too. Go to your auto ship section, okay? It's going to look like this, something like this, okay? If yours doesn't say anything right here and it just says create new auto shipment, then that means that you don't have one set up yet, okay? And that's fine, but we're going to get that set up hopefully tonight. And I'm going to explain why it's important, how to set it up, what it's for, all that good stuff, okay? So number one, the reason, here, I'll stop sharing my screen for a second. So number one, the reason why we have an auto ship is it's a monthly order for you, for yourself. The cool thing about us in this business is that we don't have to keep inventory, okay? Everything is done through our website, which is really cool because anytime someone orders a product, the company ships that out to them for you. We're saving hundreds of thousands of dollars not having to keep inventory that we have to hope to sell and then mail it out if we do sell it, and that's a lot of time too. So with this business, the only products that you get each month are the ones that you're using for yourself. And so that's what your auto ship is, okay? Because imagine being in this business for 6 months, 3 months, 4 months, and people are like, well, what products have you been using? Or what are some of your favorite products? And you're like, oh, I don't actually use the products, but you totally should. Are they going to take you seriously? Like, heck no, you should be using the products, right? And it's not that people expect you to use everything the first day you join. Let them know, hey, that's next up on my list that I'm ready to try. But my friend has tried this product because someone in this business, someone on your team has tried that product, okay? So ask them for their testimony while you're waiting to get your own. But using these products is going to help people take you seriously, and it makes it so easy to use the products because, guys, I literally have my coffee mug still from this morning, and it had Skinny Brew in it. Like, I posted about that this morning, and I literally signed a customer from it. Now, that doesn't happen every time, but if I wasn't using the products, it definitely wouldn't happen. I post that on my story every day, and people are interested, so using these products is huge. And whenever we talk about BV, because I'm going to show you on my screen that it's 80 BV, BV just stands for business volume, okay? So BV stands for business volume, and that's just what we get paid on. Every product is worth a certain amount of that. It's basically like a point system. So every product has points attached to it, the BV, and that's pretty equivalent to the loyal customer and distributor pricing of the product, Okay. So example, $25, the fat fighters are 25 bucks, 25 BV. The wraps, they're $59 with our discount and 54 BV. Does that make a little bit of sense? So you're basically getting about 80 bucks worth of product, okay? And we don't ever want that to come out of your pocket. We want you to be able to take money you're making in this business and putting it back into the business as an investment. And then taking that money and just cycling it back through and taking that amount of money that you make and just putting it right back into the business every time. And so what that's going to allow you to do is use the products for free and sell extra little products on hand that are going to help you get customers. Best way to do that is to get a couple of bags of Skinny Brew or our keto coffee, sell those as samples. And when you sell those samples, you're making quick cash. You're going to take that cash and what are you going to do? You're going to put it right back into your business and invest in yourself. Now you can also get, let's say, 2 bags of Skinny Brew and some hair, skin, and nails. You start getting results with your hair, skin, and nails. You sell your Skinny Brew. Those people who bought Skinny Brew samples for you, they are going to become customers because they're not going to want to go without Skinny Brew after they've tried it. And now you're getting customers. You just did your auto shipment for free and you got to use the hair, skin, and nails for free. That's why the auto shipment is awesome. That's why it works. And I will tell you that anybody that's in the top in this business always has an auto shipment set up. Okay. They always run one. It's not because they have money. They make money because they ran their auto ship. Okay, don't get it twisted. We make money because we have results, because we're passionate about the products because we use them. Okay, all right, so I'm going to share my screen again. I need to hurry myself up. I'm just like getting so hyped. All right, so if you go on here and you either click create new auto ship if you don't have one set up. If you already do and yours looks similar to this, you're just going to click edit. Okay, you only need one auto ship. Don't set up 2. So then you're going to see a screen that looks like this. And what you're going to do is scroll all the way to the bottom and you're going to change your items. If you want to, you can leave it how it is. If you already have one set up and that's what you want, leave it there. Okay. But I'm going to show you. So you're going to change your item. So if you click continue shopping, and I'm going to do the facial pads because I'm obsessed with them. Guys, if y'all have not tried our skincare, you need to. This stuff is absolutely incredible. And these facial pads, I cannot live without them. Okay, so I'm going to add them to my cart. And I'm going to swap that out for the ThermoFight X because I'm stocked up on that. So I'm going to click the trash can. Okay. Then I'm going to click to save the auto ship. If you're not paying attention, pay attention now. Save the auto ship because you don't want to click update cart. Do not do that. Click checkout. That's how you're going to save it. Otherwise, you're going to get really frustrated. So click checkout. You don't pay for it now. I'll show you what it does. You click your shipping, choose that. I just do the standard because honestly, it comes really fast. So just a little tip, save yourself some money. You can just do 5 to 10 day shipping. Use primary card, or you can do whatever option you want. And then this is where you click save your auto ship. But if you look down here somewhere, it tells you the date that it's shipping out. Oh yeah, right here, March 18th. Oh wait, just kidding. Wait, that's not right. Maybe that's not the section. Anyway, save your auto ship and I'll show you on here. It's not gonna charge you right now though. Okay, so then if I view invoice, then it says last run date 7/18, next run date August 18th. Okay, so I didn't get charged anything right there, and that's how you save it. So then the other thing I want to show you on here, so that was in the auto ships tab. If you go into the orders tab, this is how you're going to sign up a loyal customer. Okay, we're going to talk about what that is right now. So your first goal is going to be to get 6 loyal customers. Okay, what that is 6 people who want to use the products and get your discount. They get our 40% off discount on any product as long as they agree to order the product for 3 months. Okay, that's all that a loyal customer is. They agree to get a product for 3 months in a row. It can be the same thing every time, or they can switch it up. There's no minimum purchase amount that they have to spend. There's no membership fees. As long as they agree to and complete the 3 months, that's it. No strings attached. And then if they choose to continue past the 3 months, that's our goal. We want to get them to continue to order. That's money in our pocket. That's helping somebody with their results. They're trying different products. They're falling in love, and they're continuing to use stuff that's making them healthier. That's our goal. If they continue and they order for up to 6 months in a row consecutively, they get a $50 shopping spree just because, as a thank you from the company. And then if they choose to turn their order off after the 3 months, and they decide in a year from now that they want to go in and order a bag of the wraps, they can do that in their customer account and they still get your discount price for life. Best customer program ever, okay? That's what a loyal customer is. 3 months, no minimums, no fees. They just order for 3 months. It could be the same thing. They can switch it up. Doesn't matter, okay? We also refer to those as LCs. LC, loyal customer. Okay, so if you hear those, same thing. So I'm going to share my screen and show you really quick how you will sign up a loyal customer. So what I do is I usually get their information from them. Your enroller will walk you through that process, so don't get stuck on that part. But once you get the information, you're going to go up here. Again, I went to the orders tab up at the top in my eSuite and click enroll new customer over here on the left-hand side. And then right here, it's going to show you 3 options. And of course, you're going to click loyal customer. This is going to automatically give them that discount pricing. See, because the Skinny Brew, you see the discount right there. It's not even going to show you the retail price because that's not an option. They're signing up as a customer, a loyal customer. So you're going to add the items to the cart. We'll just do one of those. And then we'll click continue. And then right on this next page is where you're going to enter their information, okay? So this is their information. For passwords, I usually do it works 1, 2, 3. That's up to you. And then type your name right here. Super duper simple. Not that complicated to sign them up, physically signing them up on the website. So that's how you do that. And the goal for your first month, okay, is 6 loyal customers. Who knows 6 people who want to grow their hair out, or 6 people who love coffee, 6 people who want to lose weight, 6 people who are stressed out and could use our Confianza anti-stress relief vitamin. Okay, who knows people who want to do those things, right? Like you can think of 6 people. So 6 people gets you your $150 shopping spree. That's pretty cool because again, you want to be using the products. And hang on, let me see if she's on here. I'm pretty sure that I just saw her. Yes, shout out to Jessica Wilson. She just got her shopping spree today. She earned it. She got all 6 of her customers. So shout out to you. She's killing it. And we have so many people that are so close. And guys, I see y'all killing it. Y'all are working super hard. So we're going to make sure that y'all do that. But that is how you sign up a customer. That's what it is. So really quick, couple more things on eSuite, and then we'll get into the good stuff. So we're going to go over here to reports. And if you want to see the people who signed up under you as a customer or a distributor, you're going to click the tree viewer. Okay. I'm not going to go in here because there's like volumes and like names and stuff. So it's like kind of confidential for other people. So, but that's what you go into is your tree viewer. There, you'll be able to see every customer, every distributor, all of that good stuff. So if you need to help somebody with that, you can. If you click additional reports, and you go over here to personally enrolled team, this is going to show you the people that you've enrolled in the last 72 hours, and they're going to all be right there for you. So you can see those people to make sure that all their orders went through correctly. And that's pretty much all that you really need at first. Like I said, a lot of this, I mean, there's a lot on eSuite, okay? The good news is that you do not need all of it. Oh my gosh, I've been in for 6 years, and sometimes I look at a report and I'm like, I've never seen that report on here before, okay? You don't have to know everything right away. There's no need to click on everything in eSuite. If that makes you feel better, go for it. I'm sure Nadia's found everything in eSuite because that's just who she is, and that's okay too. Tara, my little greens, that's fine. But if that's not you, don't get overwhelmed by that. Those are the reports that you need. Those are the main things you need to know. Go there, and that's good. So the last thing I want to talk about super duper quick is going Ruby, okay? So I want to talk about going Ruby because it's super important once you get your shopping spree that you know what going Ruby means. So I'm going to show you how to find a Ruby chart, okay? And this is just going to be an overview for some of you. If you're brand new and you haven't signed your first customer yet, just know that this is going to be where you're headed. Don't get caught up in the details. Don't worry about, you know, what all these little things mean. But some of you, like Jess, she just got her shopping spree. This is our next step together. So I'm going to go over this with her one-on-one different time. But this is just kind of for you to see, okay? When you go into Document Library, you're going to be able to see all of the different resources that you could possibly need, okay? Like there's just so much. so many things. So I literally just search Ruby, obviously, first thing comes up. And then I do Ruby rank chart. This one's in English, if you speak English and you're from the US. So this is what a Ruby chart looks like, okay? So I'm just gonna explain super quick, super simple what this means, okay? So each of these boxes on this chart, you see 3 of them, right? So this is you up here and you've got 3 people underneath you. A box on a chart always represents a distributor, never a loyal customer. So you, to go Ruby, need 3 distributors, people who want to make an extra income with you. Put a 2 in the chat if you know 3 people who could use some extra money in their life, who want an extra income. Not if they're interested in this business, but if they could use an extra income. I know everybody knows 3 people who want to use an extra income. So think of those 3 people. You may want to reach out to them. Your enroller can help you with a message. But literally, when you get those 3 people, you're going to help them each get their shopping spree too. Okay, so that's duplication. You're going to get your shopping spree and you're going to turn around and teach 3 people how to do that too. So to go Ruby, you need 3 qualified legs and 2,000 group volume. Okay, what does that mean? A qualified leg is a distributor, like we talked about, 3 distributors, each with 400 group volume minimum. They can have more, but they have to have at least 400. Remember the BV that I talked about before? GV is just group volume. It's all the BV added together. Okay, so let's say they have 3 customers with a weight loss pack and it's over 100 BV each. Then that distributor would have about 300 volume, right? 300 group volume. So it's just the total of all the volumes added together in that organization. Super simple, 400 group volume. Okay, each distributor needs that. And then you also need a total of 2,000 overall group volume yourself. Okay, so each distributor needs 400 group volume and you need 2,000 group volume. Okay, and that 2,000 can come from anywhere as long as each of these 3 people have 400 each. Okay, and if that's not where you're at yet, don't worry about it. Don't worry if you're confused. It's not a big deal because we are here 110% to help you and answer all of your questions. So if you have 87 more questions about that, ask your enroller. But I will challenge you to get at least half of your shopping spree first, okay? Get those first 3 to 4 customers, really get yourself familiar and comfortable with getting those. Then let's move on to Ruby, okay? But some of you are already working on your customers. You've got that down, and I want you to know what's next. So in this business, we always say if you tie, you die. Okay, what that means is that if you set a goal for yourself and that's the only goal you set and you hit that goal, then you tied and you are you're at risk of being complacent. You're at risk of not dreaming bigger. You're not going for the next thing. So whenever you're starting to get your shopping spree, I'm going to tell you about Ruby and you're going to start inching your way up and you're like, I almost got it. And then you're going to move it up again. Like think about like a kid, whenever you were swimming, like whenever you were in a pool, I don't know, maybe my parents were the ones that did this, but like my dad would stand there and I'd start swimming towards him and he'd inch back. Every time I got close, he'd take a couple steps back and I didn't notice, but soon I had swam the whole pool and I never actually hit my goal until I got to the end. That's what I want you to do with this business. I want you to take a couple steps back. I want you to keep on coming towards me, but I'm going to keep moving backwards. And so I want you to get your shopping spree. When you start to get close to that, I want you looking at Ruby because as soon as you get your shopping spree, I want you on to the next thing. As soon as you go Ruby, I want you on to the next thing because that's going to help you continue to help the most people. If you stop at a shopping spree, you've only helped 6 people. But how many more people could you help if you had 3 people on your team who were each helping so many people too, right? It's going to go so much faster and you're going to help so many more people when you think about it that way. So the last thing I want to talk about, and then I'm going to let some other awesome leaders from our team share about things like host to post and posting and growing your network, what that is, what it's for. Y'all can stop listening to me for the last half of this little Zoom. But for the last thing I want to share really quick, make sure I'm going over everything, is getting plugged in. Okay, so this is a prime example of you getting plugged in, and so cheers to you, congrats to you for even being on here, because there's so many other things I know that you could be doing tonight and you chose to be here. So kudos to you. So getting on things like this, we also have a Monday night team Zoom where it's not just our newbies, but it's actually our whole entire team. So it's like a massive Zoom, and we get on there and it's either me on there leading it, or we have a guest speaker who's just encouraging us and giving us tips and really helping us walk through exactly what we need to be doing to grow our business. And you're going to meet people, like we always talk about, like we joke a lot and we know each other, we hang out with each other, and we do that because we get on Zooms, we stay plugged in, and that's how we got to know each other. That's how we met each other. So I would encourage you to do that. We also have a Sunday night family call, and that's on our CEO's Facebook page. So his name is Mark Pentecost. I'm sure Emily will put that in the chat for us. She's kind of been doing all my little side note stuff for me. So Mark Pentecost is our CEO on his Facebook Live every single Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern time. He does a family call with like all these different announcements. Most of you join for what, $24, $49? We knew about those kit deals that they dropped because of the family call. That's how you find out about that stuff that's going on. Okay, so you want to be sure that you're plugging into those things. And then the very last thing, and I already said this, but I promise this really is the last thing, is your mindset. Okay, we're going to talk a lot about mindset in this business. Mindset is absolutely key. Okay, before we go into the tips that they're talking about tonight, I want to be very clear with you that you can do the things that they're teaching you to do, but if you have a crappy mindset while you do it, you will still won't get anywhere. Mindset is everything. This business is 80% mindset, 20% work ethic. If you had the best work ethic ever and you're out here host to posting, which we're going to teach you, posting and messaging and adding people to your network, and you're doing all of the things, but in the back of your mind, you're like, but nobody's interested. I'm going to message somebody and nobody's going to want this. I can't find anybody who's interested. I'm never going to get my shopping spree. I can't go Ruby. Number one, that's draining. Even just saying any of that stuff out loud, like that's so draining. Who wants to think like that? Number two, you can be doing all these things, but if you don't have the belief, if you don't truly feel like you know that this business can change your life, and that belief's going to grow. I don't expect you to have my level of belief yet, because that's not where you're at, and that's okay. I wasn't there either until I got here. But you have to have this belief that you can get somewhere, that you joined this business for a reason, that the Lord did not just leave you here or bring you here to leave you here. He brought you in this business for a reason. I truly believe that out of all of the people that you could have found on social media, you happen to find the person that you enrolled with. You just happen to enroll during this time. You just happen to right place, right time. Like there is no coincidence. I don't believe in that. I believe in the Lord and his sovereignty. And I know that you're here for a reason and a purpose. And I don't know what that purpose is, but I know that it's so that you can go out and change people's lives, so that you can do things that you wouldn't be able to do in any other platform. And so I want you to take that and have this excitement and this passion and this energy, and don't let your negative mindset hold you back from that, because there's so many things that you can accomplish and so many lives to be changed in this business. Don't hold yourself back by having a crappy mindset. Okay, so make sure that you're getting into self-development. We'll talk a little bit about that, you know, in some Zooms and things like that. There's a lot of resources on Dare to Be Diamond. Plug yourself into Dare to Be Diamond. If you have a question, it's basically like Google. So go find it, search something, you're going to find your answer. And of course, your upline's here for you too. So let's go right into Host to Post. So Sarah's going to teach us a little bit about Host to Post, what it is, how to do it. And if you haven't done Host to Post yet, I strongly encourage you to take notes, because it is a lot at first. And just like I've told all my girls, it's hard till you get it. And once it clicks, it's like, oh my gosh, duh, obviously, like this is so simple. But it just takes understanding it and getting the rhythm and the flow of it down. And so that's what Sarah's going to teach us. And she's an awesome teacher. So she's going to be able to help us understand everything. So we're just going to go ahead. I'm going to unmute you and I'm going to stop talking.
Okay, great. Hey guys, I'm Sarah Chapman. I'm from a small town in West Virginia, and I'm super excited to be here with all you guys tonight to teach you a little bit about host to posting and how that works. So first things first, if you do know what host to posting is, drop a 1 in the comments. If you don't know what host to posting is, drop a 2 in the comments, and we'll go from there. Okay, so most of everyone has heard of Host-to-Post. I see some twos. So I'm just going to start from the basics. Host-to-posting is whenever you're asking your friends on social media to throw up a status for you. And if you don't know or have never seen what those look like, get a hold of your distributors, and I'm sure they would be happy to send you some Host-to-Post that you can use. My go-to is the Host-to-Post for coffee. And what we do is we just message maybe our friends or some family. Maybe you have some connections that you know people that will throw up a status for you. And basically what that's doing is that's getting the word out for you and network in places that you maybe do not have contact with yet. So I will tell you 80% of my customers come from Host-to-Post. They are a game changer for this business. They really do work. So have people post a status for you and make sure they tag you, of course. And then from there, when you have people interested in the business, then you can have that connection and that one-on-one time with messaging them and hopefully have a potential customer from that. Second of all, if you are familiar with Host-to-Posting, what I tell my distributors whenever they're first starting out and they're just learning the business and things like that, I try to get them started on at least 5 to 6 Host-to-Post out daily. And that can just kind of get you comfortable with the situation and the process of how people are going to answer back to your different Host-to-Post, different things like that. And of course, your distributors or whoever enrolled you would be able to help you with how you're going to answer back to those different comments if you have people interested. Like I said, I always start mine out on the coffee Host-to-Post, and it seems to be a really big hit too with customers. Also, another thing I wanted to say is if someone does host a post for you, if they do throw up a post for you, I always make sure I include, hey girl, are you interested in the product, or would you like some information on this coffee too? And that seems to be a huge hit because you're not only asking them for a favor to get your business out there, but you're throwing that opportunity out them to also, because maybe they might be interested in too. And that's just an opportunity for you to talk about the products also. So make sure you're including the customer to whoever is Host-to-Posting for you. Sorry, my daughter's in the background. But Host-to-Post are a big deal and they really do work. Also, I just want to throw out there that consistency is the key, girls. I know this may seem really overwhelming at the time now, but I will tell you, Avery, calm down. I'm sorry, guys. But I will tell you, I have a full-time job and 2 small kids, as you can see. And I have had days where I have felt overwhelmed and it's like, oh my goodness, these Host-to-Posts, they're not going so well today. That is okay. I keep pushing forward. Every Host-to-Post I don't get up or someone was not interested in doing that for me, I send out 2 more, or I'll send out 1 more. And another thing, another tip that I've seen that's very helpful whenever you are asking people for Host-to-Post. If you're doing Instagram or Facebook or just whichever you prefer, I always use the tip as the green light special is what I like to call it. And I'll go to my social media and I will check as to see who is active at that point in time. And if they are active, I'll instantly message them and be like, hey girl, would you mind throwing up a post for me? And there's different ones that you can do too. There's different ways that you can ask for them. If I'm not really familiar with the girl in particular, I just like, hey girl, quick question. And then I go from there. Or if I am familiar with the person, then I'll just start right into it and be like, hey girl, do you mind throwing up a post for me? I've got this huge promotion I'm, going for. Would you mind throwing up a status? And it just goes from there. And like I said, you can get a hold of your reps, and I'm sure they would be happy to get a hold of you some different Host-to-Posts that you can post. So yeah, that's basically what it is. What we're doing when we Host-to-Post, we're basically just growing our network. We're getting the people that we don't have connections with personally on already our Facebooks. We're getting those connections from our friends. So definitely I recommend using Host-to-Post and getting up. Like I said, if you're just starting out and you're not familiar with the process, maybe like 5 to 6 host to post, and just whatever you are comfortable with doing, because I don't want you to get overwhelmed within the process. But yeah, give it a try, and I'm sure your reps would be happy to give you some more information about those.
Sarah, are you done?
Yes, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I just don't want to cut you off. Okay, perfect.
No, you're fine.
Okay, so like she said, if you have any other questions, be sure and go to your enroller. If you have no clue what host to post is, you're probably just not at that part yet in your training. So bear with your enroller and just know that if you're doing each step that they're teaching you, you'll eventually get to host to post. Okay, it's one of the last things you learn, because it's the thing that we do the most. So we kind of want to get the rest of it out of the way and then teach you host to post. Okay. So let's go ahead and go to the next person. So we're going to talk to Nadia, and she's going to talk about growing your network. So growing your network literally just means adding people on Facebook, adding people on Instagram. Okay. Put a 3 in the chat if you joined with somebody that you have no idea who they were. Like, you didn't go to school with them, you didn't go to church with them, you didn't know who they were outside of social media. If you're on here and I met you and your name is not Tara, then you can put a 3 in the chat, because I literally only knew Tara before we joined this business. Everybody else I found through social media, and it was through adding to my network. It's not spammy. It's not it's not weird. You're just making those connections and creating those relationships. And so Nadia is going to tell us how to do that and why it's important. So go for it.
Okay, can you see me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not freezing, am I?
No, you're good.
Okay, good. I'm in my backyard for the first time in like a month. So, okay, so I'm Nadia, I'm 23, and I live up in Michigan, about like an hour and a half away from Morgan. So adding to your network, I use Host to Post, like Sarah said. I use Host to Post to grow my network, but also like if I don't feel like I'm getting a lot of results from it, I just scroll through my friends. I'm on Facebook. What I do, so when I add to my network using Host to Post, anyone who comments on a Host to Post that someone does for me, I add them before I message them, because it A, helps with so that you don't get blocked, and B, it grows your network. So I add them, and then I comment back to them, like on the post that they commented on. I say, I added you. Once you accept my request, my message will pop up. And so then they add me. And so that's how I grow with Host to Post. It's pretty simple for the most part when you do it with Host to Post. When you are adding like from your friends, it can get a little bit more complicated, and I get kind of like OCD about when I'm adding like this. So I go to my friends list on Facebook, and I hit sort up in the top right corner, and I go to my newest friends first, and I scroll through probably like the first 50 people. And if I see anyone whose profile like really pops out to me, so like, let me see if I can find. So I have mine, and like right off the bat, like I'll be scrolling right off the bat, like this one pops to me. Don't mind the line in my phone. I need to get it fixed. So like hers pops to me, and she goes to Saginaw Valley, so it's a school close to me. She's a college girl, and I noticed that we have 21 mutual friends. So I go to her friends list, and I go to suggestions, because normally if we have mutual friends, she's gonna have friends that I'm not necessarily friends with, but since we're mutual friends, we have at least 21 mutual friends, we'll have a lot of suggestions. So I go to suggestions, and like there's where is she on the screen? The second girl, I like her profile picture. So like I'll click on her profile and look at it really quick before I add her. If I like it, then I add her. So I'm actually going to friend request her because I actually really like her profile. On Instagram, what I do is I like to, oh, we're changing. Apparently my Instagram's deciding to update right now. Oh, there it goes. So like this picture pops up as on my news feed and I like it. So what I do is I go to the likes. If it has, obviously this one's like brand new, so it only has 2 likes. But I really like to add from the likes on posts because that normally means that they are recently active within like the last probably day or 2. And I always go to their most recent pictures because so if you go on the discover page, you'll get a lot of pictures. Like I have like this, lots of pictures. And so like this girl has over 1,500 likes on this picture. And so I'll go to those likes and anyone whose profile pops out at me, I literally just scroll through and anyone that pops up that I like their profile picture, I go and I look at their profile. And if I think, they could either be a really good potential distributor, I kind of try and look at everyone's profile as they could eventually become a potential distributor. So if I feel like they would eventually be a really good distributor, I request to follow them or I just follow them. Sometimes it makes you request depending on their personal settings. And I do that probably like 3 or 4 times a day just because following on Instagram is super easy, but it's also super easy to like have Instagram be like, you followed too many at one time. So do it gradually. I would start with maybe like 20 people an hour. And you don't have to do it like every hour on the hour or anything like that. But if you just do like 20, 2 to 3 times a day, you're still growing your network by like 40 to 60 people. And I feel like I grow my network on Instagram way easier than I grow it on Facebook. So Host to Post works really well for me to grow my network on Facebook. And Instagram, I literally just go through people's likes either on my newsfeed or in my Discover page. Morgan, did I cover everything you wanted me to cover?
Yeah. Did you talk a lot about like why we do that too? Or did you have anything to add to piggyback off of what I said?
Honestly, adding to your networks, the main reason that I like adding to network with Host to Post is because you're adding people who are interested in the products already, or they're interested already in the business, depending on the Host to Post that they comment on. Instagram, I grow it literally just to keep growing the amount of people that I can message. But Facebook, I really like that my Facebook is filled with people who are already interested before I even add them. So that's why I personally like Host to Post. You can do it with the suggestions, but personally I prefer doing the Host to Post just because it is already people who are interested.
And you have to remember too that you don't just like add people and then they join you.
Yeah.
They're gonna watch you for a little bit, okay? So don't
Yeah.
get discouraged if you're adding people all week and you're like, none of these people I added have messaged me yet. Well, that's usually not really how it works. So it's pretty normal. Think about how long you watched the person that you signed up with before you said yes. Most of you, it was at least a month, okay? So all the things that you're doing right now are going to compound over time to give you the results that you want. You just have to stick with it, okay? So Tara, we'll go to you last. So will you tell us a little bit about posting, why it's important, how to know what to post? I feel like that's everybody's biggest question whenever they start out is like, what the crap do I post? Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I don't know what to post. I don't know what to say. So, yeah, what do we do?
Hey guys, I'm Tara. I'm 26, from a small town in Mississippi. Posting to me probably has to be one of my favorite things to do as a part of the business. I look at it this way, is you posting is like, we don't have a storefront for this business. Our storefront is our social media. And by you posting, that shows people that you're open in a sense. Like it shows that you're open for business, you're there to answer any questions that they may have, or it keeps them curious. It keeps them wanting to come back for more. And there are so many different ways to post. It doesn't all have to be about the business either. Like, you can have lifestyle posts, which are just literally about you. You can, share about you. Like, people don't want to know all about the business. They want to know, do you have kids? Do you have a dog? Do you have animals? Are you a mom? Are you a student? What are you? Those are the things that you'll post about. Like me, I'm not a mom, but I'm married. I have 3, as I always put it to most people, I have 3 unconventional animals. I own a bird, a bearded dragon lizard, and a ball python snake. So people know that about me when they come. They know that I have these different types of animals. They know that I am a college student at the University of Mississippi. I've been there for now starting on my 2nd year come the end of this month. They know I'm following my passion to learn more about animals because that is my passion. They also know that I do work full-time in the medical field. So there's so many different ways. But the thing is the things about you are the things that you can tie into this business as well. Another good way to get your posting from, Morgan kind of touched about it too, is your mindset. So that kind of goes with personal development. I won't get too much into that, but if you do personal development on a daily basis to grow your mind, it also grows your ideas on how to talk. It grows your confidence in the ways to talk to people. A year and a half ago, I would not have been able to sit in front of this camera and talk to 46 people about any of this. It's something that helps. So you reach out to it. And when you start out, you may only have a couple of 100 friends on Facebook. You may not have any followers on Instagram. I think when I started, I had like maybe 50 followers on Instagram and maybe like 200 to 300 friends on Facebook. I'm now almost to 2,000 followers on Instagram and actually just hit over 2,200 friends on Facebook. So it's right. It's the ways to grow. And as you grow, you get a bigger audience. And it's not only, like I said, not only is it your audience is growing, but you're growing to reach out to them to be able to relate to them. You don't know, like, people may not comment or like on any of your posts, but you don't know who's watching. That's why you always want to be posting. I wasn't that consistent with it in the beginning, and I'll be honest with it, but I've challenged myself to become more consistent with it now. And I do have more people come now, and they're like, they want to know more, or they're swiping up on my stories and they want to know about the coffee. And posting doesn't only have to be to your newsfeed. You've got your stories too. We've started using TikTok now. You can post on there too. But the good thing, like I said, and you want to do it daily. And another big thing is when you are posting about the business and you're sharing about income. Yes, you all just started. You may not have even had your first paycheck yet, but talk about where you know this business is going to take you. And if you're talking about the income, you want to make sure that you're sharing our income disclosure statement. We are so proud of this income disclosure statement. This shows you the opportunities of where you can go in this business. Yeah, you're shooting for your first rank. If you've gotten your first 6 customers, you're shooting for Ruby, which the average is anywhere from $300 to $500 a month. Then your next goal is Emerald. And it's so on and so forth. And that way, when you're talking about that in the posts, people can look at that in the income disclosure statement, or IDS as most of us say it, just to shorten it a little bit. They can see when, like, I'm working towards the rank of double diamond this month. People can see where that income, where I'm talking about of that income that I could be that I will be hitting once I hit that promotion. You want that to draw more people in because they're like, well, if she can do that, so can I. And that's, you want people to be able to relate to you. And I think that's it. Oh, a couple of other types of postings. Like I said, it doesn't have to always be about the business. You can post about the products too. Just don't let it look spammy. Your graphics and stuff that are supposed to go on your stories, those go on stories, not to your news feed. Because if you look like nothing but like just these graphic pictures and they can't see you, people aren't gonna want to interact with you because they're gonna think you're a robot. And you don't want people to think that you're a robot. And there's so many different apps that you can use when it comes to taking pictures, when it's of yourself to post with your lifestyles and your businesses to brighten up your photos. A couple of them, Lightroom is a good one. PicTapGo is another one. And Tezza, T-E-Z-Z-A is another one. Those are 3 really good apps that you can use to brighten up your picture. Tips on that is you always want to make sure the light is coming like at you. Like if my computer screen is like the light, you want it to be in front of you, not behind you, because then it's going to make everything dark if the light's behind you coming in. I think that's it. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. So I love what she said like a little bit ago whenever she said that sometimes people aren't going to like your posts. Guys, you're not doing this business for posts, for likes on your post. Okay, we don't get paid per like. Okay, so who cares if people like your post? The point is that you want them to be watching what you're doing. Okay, there are times where I haven't gotten any likes, or there have been times where my post has blown up, like it got so many likes and nobody messaged me. I didn't sign anything from that, but the post that had 3 likes, 3 people may have messaged me behind the scenes and asked a question. Okay, so don't delete those posts. And like she said, be authentic, be real, because you joined with the person that you joined with because you believed in them, because you knew something about them, because they showed who they were and you connected with them as a human, not with them as a networks distributor, right? You connected with them first because of who they are, and they also happen to do It Works, and you joined with them, okay? Remember that that's the case, and it's not always going to be immediate satisfaction. Most of the time it's not. You're not going to get 18 billion likes on all of your pictures, and that's going to be okay. Just keep doing it. And the last thing I'll say really quick too, talking about posting and how to post, make sure that you write this down. We have power hours every single night, Monday through, or I guess Tuesday through Thursday nights at 9:00 p.m. Eastern time, meaning that it starts in 5 minutes. So if you're free and able to, and you want to stick around, just don't leave the meeting, and I'll leave it open and we can just jam out a little bit while we're waiting on the power hour to start. Feel free to hop on there. What we do during the power hour is we literally do the things we just talked about. We add people to our network, and whoever's hosting it that time is going to teach you how to do it. They're also going to teach you how to interact with people on your newsfeed so that you can create relationships. And then they're going to give you post examples, and you can take a couple of different ideas and post those on your actual feed, okay? So those are every night at 9 p.m. Eastern time, Tuesday through Thursday. Just not Friday night because it's Friday night. Monday night we have our team Zoom. That's why it's Tuesday through Thursday. But Monday through Friday, actually Monday through Saturday mornings, at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. Is it 8:30 on Saturday too, Tara? Yeah, we clearly don't get on the Saturday ones, but they're available. So Monday through Friday for sure, it's at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. So feel free to hop on those. But thank y'all for hopping on here. I'm super thankful that y'all got on here because again, you could be anywhere else. So don't take it lightly that you got on here. I know y'all are really busy. So 9:30 a.m. Eastern time on Saturday. We like to mix things up and keep it really confusing. So there you go. There are the times for the power hours. They're also available on Dare to Be Diamond, our own little Google. So go check those out there too. But